So today we're talking about goal setting. Okay, goal setting. We've been on this training for a while, and today we are now on to goal setting. All right. Now, many people have dreams, but leaders have goals. You must understand that, right? And then again, leaders have goals, but then wealth builders have systems for achieving the goal. So it's not just about dreaming it. If you are dreaming it, you are still like every other person. So hold on, let me see what some people will be removed because okay, start anyway. All right. So if you are dreaming it, you are just like every other person. But when you now move to break that dream into goals, you have become a leader. And then when you then take the next step, which is to become a wealth builder, what you do is now put systems in place to achieve that goal. And how to put that system in place is what I'm going to show you today. All right. Now, I want you to understand the difference. A vision tells you where you want to go, but the goal is what tells you how to get there. So you have a dream, and then that dream translates to a vision, which shows you the direction where you're headed. It is the goal that now shows you how to print out that vision or print out that dream by showing you how to get there. So let's just imagine a young architect who dreams of building a magnificent house, right? It's your dream. You want to build a wonderful home, no problem. The dream sounds so exciting. You want to build a house, but unless that building is drawn, okay, in which you go to an architect, he now draws the foundation, he now calculates the materials, and then gives you a bill of quantity required to build that structure. Then you know if you have the funds or not. So you can either redesign the house or upgrade it if you have more funds. The next step is now based on the bill of quantities and the structural design of the program of the building you want to build, you now move to hire workers. For example, if the building must have iron for the pillar, right? The building must have pillars. If on the pillar, there must be iron, there must be concrete. Now, if there must be iron, it means when you're hiring worker, you need an iron bender. If there must be concrete, it means you need those who will pour gravel, mix cement with sand and pour. If there will be block, you need bricklayers. Do you understand? So based on what it is you have put down in that goal, that's what will determine the kind of workers are going to hire in that system you are creating. And then you need to also follow what we call a construction schedule. If that schedule is not followed, the house will not exist. For example, in the schedule, you have to at least dig foundation, put the peg, dig the foundation, do your DPC, raise the block, chain at some point, lintel level. If it's a duplex, you start decking. That's a schedule. If it's not a duplex, a bungalow, you start roofing. So there is a schedule you must follow. So the same way it is that you want to build a house and you follow this process, that's how it is. You want to be rich, you want to be wealthy, you want to build something. There's a process. And that process can only be led by you. And until you lay that process, you won't be intentional in whatever it is you are doing. Okay? Like, life works that same way. The life you're living today is how you have programmed it. It is the life you drew. It's life you might dream of a big life, being a big man, driving a big car, living in a wonderful house. Those ones are dreams. The life you're living now, if you're living in face me, I face you, just know that is what you were able to schedule. That means that's the one you constructed, scheduled, built, and you find yourself there. Until you dream yourself, if you're dreaming to live in a mansion, until you come back again and break that particular dream into a vision, break it into a goal, construct and schedule it, you will not end up in a mansion. Many people have beautiful dreams, but very few have practical goals. All right? The dreams inspire, but it is the goals that now produce that which was dreamt, or that vision, or that inspiration. It is the goal. So most of you are having challenges today because you don't yet know how to set goals. Vision without goals creates frustration. That's the truth. Because goals without an action create disappointment. And then action guided by clear goals is what creates success. So goals is the engine room. The vision gives you direction, but the goal is the engine room. Now, at the end of today's training, you'll be able to understand why goal setting is essential for wealth creation. You'll be able to learn how to break large visions into achievable milestones, like a roadmap. You'll be able to develop personal goals, business goals, leadership goals, financial goals. Take note, 4. Personal goals, business goals, leadership goals, financial goals. Until you have these 4 goals, you've set up these 4 goals, and they are working in unison, you cannot get where you want to get to. All right? When you have this goal set up, you now create what we call a weekly execution system. I don't want to bring you down to daily yet because it might be cumbersome for you. But let's say a weekly execution system. Then build the habit of measuring progress instead of making excuses. Most of you already have goals. You've set goals, but you make excuses. Hey, the country is hard. Hey, Tinubu is not releasing money. We are in 2026, but the government is still in budget of 2024. It doesn't matter. As long as there's in this same country you're complaining about, in that same budget that is almost 80% unperformed, somebody is building a house, a mansion for that matter. Somebody bought a new car in the same Nigeria with you. Somebody is even building a building to dash to a church. The same Nigeria with you. Do you guys understand? For every chaos, there is a business opportunity in that chaos. All right? It's up to you to now, based on what you envision, decipher and then create your goals, and then you start moving. Okay? You must understand that wealth builders don't drift. Drift means you are on sea, you're on a boat, and just allow the wave carry you anywhere the wave goes. It's going up. That means it's just like, I don't want to use this example, but let me just give an example, okay, which all of you understand. If you live in Abuja, for example, you know that when you drive out for the day to go to work in your car, you see a lot of ladies, maybe in your estate, you're driving out, they are walking. You come out to the streets of Wuse 2 or Maitama, all this area, you see a corporately dressed, Abuja is where we have the highest number of corporately dressed beggars. Somebody will just wake up, wear suit, wear tie, both male and female, not only, both male too. Wear suit, wear tie, carry fire, come out. The person walks up to you boldly. He tells you, sir, he just came out now. So tells one story or the other. What he wants is he's begging. That's called calling corporate beggars. So when he walk up to me, I just ask me a simple question. If you can't be in Abuja, why not go back to your village and start farming? Just do something. I'm like, how much can you beg? As in, pay your rent. Pay. The person will tell you, I say, where are you coming from? He says he's coming from Gongalada, or he came from Abaji or Kuje. He now came to Abuja main town to look for a job. He has his CV. But the people he came for maybe didn't employ him, or he didn't get the interview. So he's now begging for transport to go back to Apache. All right. Now, I've seen this a couple of times. Even when I came to Abuja to do my youth service, they are just there. We call them corporate beggars. It's their modus operandi. They're not looking for any job. Only very few will be genuine. Most of them just dress up, wear suit, wear tie, come into town, start begging. Ladies, the same too. Dress up very well. Okay? Then, if you now slow down your car and you ask the lady, are you going my way? They don't say, they will say yes. That's the funny thing. They will say yes. As in, she doesn't, you just said the word, are you going my way? She didn't ask you where are you going to. You didn't even ask her where you're going to. And maybe your car is faced, maybe she just drift walking towards Wuse Market and your car is faced that direction. Once just use that line, are you going my way? They will say yes, they're going your way. Let's hop into the car. They have no direction. So your direction becomes the direction. Because what she's interested in is to make that day's money or living through you. Get my point? So that's what we call drifting. So if you are like that, you have no direction. You're not intentional. So anyway, your head is you face becomes the way you are going to. Anything tomorrow brings you accept. So where builders don't drift, I call it drifting. You're just a drifter. Anywhere life is pushing you to, you go with life to that way. Wherever life is pushing you, you are going. Do you understand? You should be able to be intentional, take charge of your life. You should know where you are going to. Okay? So most people allow life to happen to them. All right? Builders decide what they want and move toward it intentionally. If where you're headed is not where you want to go or where you intend to go, you turn around and face your direction. All right? Without goals, see what happens to you. When you don't have goals, everywhere looks like the way to you. A direction looks like direction to you. But without goals, you begin to miss opportunities. When they say opportunity comes but once, it's a very big lie. Opportunities are found everywhere. Until you improve yourself to where you can see a particular opportunity, that's when you see it. I taught you people the principle of the retinal activation system. I taught you about that, right? Same thing applies in life. If, for example, the day you decide to go to school, that is the day you begin to look for prospectus of various schools. That's the day you will know there's Unizik, there's UNN, there's UNIUYO, there's UNILAC. Before then, you don't know which universities are available. You don't know anything. But universities are there. The opportunities are there. But because you've not decided to go to school yet, you don't get those opportunities. Okay? That's how life is. So you are missing opportunities because you've not built yourself to where you can see those opportunities. Then they tell you opportunity comes but once. It's not true. Opportunities come all the time. But the ones you are able to harness are the ones you've built yourself to harness. If you don't build yourself to harness it, you can't harness the opportunity. Next thing, if without goals, progress is difficult to measure because goals must be written down before you are able to do a roadmap to actualize them, right? So if the goals are not written down, you have nothing to measure. So you don't know if you're on the right path or not on the right path. For example, the lady, you were driving on the road, you saw a girl by the roadside, you slowed down, you asked her, "Are you going my way?" She says yes, and she enters. She didn't ask you where you are going. You didn't ask her where she's going. All she knows is that you said, "Are you going your way?" She enters. Now, how can she, let us say you met her at a particular, let's say, Beggar Junction, and you are going to Wuse Market. I'll give you an example with Abuja, okay? Now, maybe she's going to even Utako. Utako is a different direction, though. But because she has no goal that says you are going to Utako, when you ask the girl, "Are you going my way?" she just says yes. She enters the car. Meanwhile, you're taking her to Wuse Market, whereas Utako is the other direction. From Beggar, Utako is this way. Wuse Market is this way. Then even you too, who is asking her, "Are you going my way?" You didn't even ask her where she's going to. Suddenly, even you too, you are going to Wuse Market. But because you carried somebody whose direction is your direction, you might end up in Zone 4 Garden, where you'll be buying the girl Smirnoff Ice and maybe shawarma or nkwobi, whatever it is. So you two also derailed. You were going from Beggar to Wuse Market. Then you say a lady by the roadside, "Are you going my way?" She enters. Then two of you now end up. So at the end, you didn't go to Wuse Market. She didn't go to Utako. Two of you end up in Zone 4. Then even the money you were supposed to use to go to Wuse Market and buy your goods you want to resell, you will end up spending that money on the lady who is going nowhere. You two left where you are going. Then before you know it, that money for the whatever you want to do ends up there. Two of you spend your time, spend your money, and then program derails. Now, what happens when you want to now come back home and measure your goal? Your goal was to go to Wuse Market. You never got to Wuse Market. So how can you measure your goal? Maybe the other girl's goal was to go to Utako that same day. She never got to Utako. So how can she measure the goal of going to Utako? Are you understanding what I'm trying to make? And I'm just using male and female interaction. All of you understand this one. To give you the example. That's how it happens in business. Okay? So progress becomes difficult to measure because you didn't have a goal. You didn't meet up your goal. Nothing to measure. You're back to square one. The following day, you sleep and wake up life has happened to you. Life has happened to her. You drive out again the next day, you have no goal. Maybe you continue the same, are you going my way? And that's how some people have spent 5 years in Abuja and nothing to show for it. Do you understand? That's how it happens. Okay? Then motivation fades. So you go out every day, you come back. You go out every day, you come back. You go and hustle, you come back. Nothing to show for it. 5 days, motivation fades. Then you look for who to blame it on. Then you've wasted time. Time is wasted. And let me tell you one thing. One currency you should make sure you don't lose is time. Time is the only thing in life you cannot gain back once spent. As I'm speaking to you now, time is going. Once you are born, time starts going towards your death. Don't forget about it's not my portion, it's not my time. I will live to declare the good works of the Lord. I will live forever. Nobody lives forever. Once you have come into this earth, the only exit is death. That death, you never can tell when it will be. It can be in plane crash, it can be motor accident, it can be hospital, it can be old age, it can be anything. It's not in your hands. Only God knows the day, how long he gave you to live on this earth. Your parents don't even know. Some of us, God forbid, some of us will die before our parents. But it's natural for parents, for the children to bury their parents. It's not our portion, in Jesus' name. But I'm just telling you what life is like. It's neither here nor there. So the only thing you can control, you don't control your life. You don't control, you can control your life. You don't control when you will die, as in when you will leave this earth. So that one you can control, which is your life. Why not seize that power, control your life, and tell yourself the kind of life you want to live while you are alive? Then you stop existing and start living. Most of you are cowards. You are afraid of everything. Fortune favors the brave. Being brave is not absence of fear. Being brave is courage in the face of fear. Some of you, what is holding you is that being brave. You are scared. You are scared of rejection. You are scared of objection. And so what? Somebody says no. Fine. No is just no. Move to the next person. Some of you, what has held you is the number of people you need to talk to get a yes. Most of these great men you want to be like, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, if they tell you how many pitches they made before they got one investor, some of them made 1,000 pitches to 1,000 people, and then only one person said yes, and they changed their trajectory. Have you watched Shark Tanks? Where people go and pitch their vision, pitch their program. Everybody that comes to pitch, maximum they take 2 or 3 people. Do you understand? So when they say, so remove that opportunity comes but once from your schedule. Opportunities are found everywhere. Which one are you brave enough to go after? Stop being shy. It's just one life we have to live. It's just one world. Nobody will eat you. Some of you are ashamed to enter the streets and go and look for customers for your business. Why? You rather beg? Come on. I'd rather live standing. You understand? Remove that shame from your face. The main shame is when you and your family, you can't pay house rent, you can't buy anything, you end up under the bridge, you end up finished, end up in the village. Even being in the village is not even bad. I tell people something, if you can't cope in town, go to the village. It happened to me. I served in Abuja. I finished service. I got employment in Abuja. I worked in Abuja. But I knew I didn't want to do paid employment. I wanted to build a factory. I looked around Abuja. Everybody was living the fake life. People were living in Abuja. They would make their first money, buy a car. They're living in Gateman house inside Metama, so they can be in Metama. They buy a car. Some don't have a house. All their clothes, their shoe is in the boot. And they'll tell you they're in Abuja. Some are living near Abuja. I'm thinking they're in Abuja. I saw all kinds of fake life in Abuja. I'm like, I'm not cut out for this rubbish. I said, I packed my things. I came back to Enugu on time. Oh, told myself I'd rather farm in the east than be in Abuja and be forming that I'm a big boy and then I have nothing to show for it. And I was better off for it. Amongst all of us that serve in Abuja in my own set, only 3 of us made it. The rest are wallowing in pain and poverty and still faking it to make it. Made my own here. Now I've made my own in the east. I'm going back to the same Abuja. I just came back from a presentation, what to call Association of Community Pastors of Nigeria, National Convention, ACPN. I just came back. I went there to debut my products as a manufacturer. Everybody was hailing. They loved the product. They loved the concept and everything. They asked me where's my factory. I said, it's in the east. Today, Wike is Minister of FCT. He's bulldozing everything. One of my colleagues who set up his factory in Abuja, they bulldoze his factory. I don't want to call his name. He has a herbal tea product. His herbal tea line does anti-malaria, anti-typhoid, and a lot of things he's doing there. They bulldoze all his machines were outside. He was begging me to please come and buy machines from him so it won't spoil. I said, I already have all the machines I need. So if I have made the wrong decision that I want to be in Abuja and build Abuja big boy and build my factory in Abuja, by today, me and you will not be talking like this, but they would have bulldozed my factory too as well. So tell yourself the truth. If where you are, you don't fit in, move to where you fit in. You can discomfort yourself temporarily for a future permanent gain. Today, my factory is standing, my business is standing because I chose to set up in the east. This was setting up in Abuja. I told myself something, that this in the east, if things go bad, there is somebody I can call. There's somebody my uncle can call. There's somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. And the worst case scenario, they will say, Nka Bonkai is our Igbo brother. Let's find a way. Let me tell you the truth. Nigeria is okay. No issue. But believe you me, if you understand Nigeria well, every tribe wants to keep their land. There's this hustle for tribal land. That means the east, the west are positioning themselves into the western land is our own. The Igbos should go. The northern land, the same way too. The north is our own. Igbos should go. Then we the Igbos are the ones that are scattered all over Nigeria because we are open to any opportunity anywhere. We are not scared to come into your land and set up, buy land from you, start up business and be with you. I'm not saying it because I'm Igbo. I'm just saying it based on the way Nigeria is now. The Igbos have more investment outside Igbo land than Igbo land. And it's threatening other tribes and other cultures. Okay? So you must read the realities of the times. So you see all the demolitions happening in Lagos. There's what we call self-preservation. It's natural. You know, I have nothing against the Yoruba man. I have nothing against the Hausa man. I have nothing against the Fulani man. I'm just saying self-preservation is a natural phenomenon. In the world today, racism cannot stop. You can only reduce it, but you can't stop it. Why? Because the black gene is so strong. Each time the black gene meets the Caucasian gene, the child that is born is a half caste. And that half caste can never give birth to a white again. The half caste will give birth to another half caste. Or even if the half caste marries a white woman, they will still give birth to another half caste or quarter caste. They can never give birth to white again. Which means our gene, the black gene, obliterates the Caucasian gene or the white gene. So the white man, if he does not put some checks and balances, before you know it, their own race will go extinct. Do you understand? And that's why the white ladies now have this crave for black men because of our strength and virality, sexual virality. Do you get? So no matter what, look at it, President Donald Trump of US today, I wouldn't say he's racist. He's not being racist. But he's preserving the American culture. That's why he said America first. Which now means in anything President Trump is doing today, Americans come first. He's doing the right thing. Yes, it will affect a lot of blacks. You can see the immigration policies. Everybody should go home and all that. But the good thing that he's doing it through their immigration, the ICE. They call them ICE, right? Immigration Control and Enforcement Team. All right? That's why their own is better than what South Africa is doing. So they are doing it to preserve their race because they are an endangered species when it comes to not in terms of power. America is the world global power. Nobody can threaten them. They're not endangered when it comes to power. I mean, in terms of breeding, that means their race extending. So they need to put some things in place to at least encourage whites to date whites, marry whites, and give birth to Caucasians. Because each time a white marries a black or goes black, the race turns to quarter caste and to black race. So some of the decisions they will take is to preserve their race. We do it in animals. When an animal is going extinct, the animal conservationists begin to take the ones that are in the wild, bring them in, culture them to breed more so it doesn't go extinct. Do you understand? That's the same way to the Yoruba race. In their land, they are putting certain checks in place to be sure they don't go extinct or they don't lose their lands. Even though we didn't snatch their land from them, they sold to us and we put business. But notice that they will do certain things to at least preserve some land for themselves. Because we, the Igbos, tend to be very proactive and aggressive when it comes to business and in terms of expansion. But notice that Igbo is not a race that conquers. We didn't conquer anybody. We're in our own. If you look at Igbo history, we don't conquer lands and take over lands. No. But business-wise, we expand, which can be a threat. The Hausas, the same thing too. They will preserve their lands. Okay? So whatever is going on in Nigeria today, just understand that behind the back, every race, every tribe is protecting themselves and their interests. Whether you like it or not. If you like, say one Nigeria, no problem. But I'm telling you, the Yorubas are protecting their interests and themselves. The Hausas are protecting their interests and themselves. The Fulanis as well are also forwarding their own agenda and their interests. The Igbos too are protecting their own interests and themselves. That's it. So I knew it ab initio when I was serving. I didn't let one Nigeria deceive me. I told myself, if I'm going to set up a business, let me go back to my father's land and set it up, just in case. Because I had learned my bitter lesson when I went into mining. I left mining in Ebonyi and went to mine in Nasarawa. And when the chips were down and there was a problem, the Northerners rallied around their brother, supported their own, and threw me out. I felt bad. I lost over 147 million naira. But it's business is business. No sentiments in business. They were preserving their own place. Why am I saying this? As a wealth builder, even where you cite your empire, you must look at these indices. At times, it is the intangibles that crumble the business, not even the tangible things. Why am I saying this to you? That's to understand that even man, as human beings we are, there are basic instincts which God put in us. The first is the instinct for survival. Wherever you are, your life comes first. You will do anything to remain alive. That's the first instinct. The next instinct, you will do anything to make your business survive. Because it is the business that ensures that you have liquidity and you have cash to survive as well. So ahead of time, where do you site your business? They will tell you normally, site your business close to your source of raw materials. If you did economics, that's the first rule, is site your business or manufacturing plant close to your source of raw material. But in Nigeria, it's not so. A plant is a crude oil refining plant. The crude oil is Niger Delta. Nigeria will go and start the refinery in Kaduna. A plant is supposed to be a steel manufacturing plant. The raw material for the steel is in Leja or Sonocha. They will go and site the plant in Ajokuta. And that's how the country you live in a bid to make everybody mingle. But then it begins to affect the output because it makes the business unworkable. Okay? So the politics is just so that you can't avoid that politics in Nigeria. So if you're a world builder in Nigeria, please, You don't need to be a politician, but observe the politics involved in this country, because that politics can kill your business. Meanwhile, this doesn't concern you. You are not the governor. You are not the minister. You are not the president. You are you are minding your business. So you trained yourself in school. You didn't go to school through government sponsorship. You sponsored yourself to school. You got your degree yourself. Even the money you're going to start the business, you raised it yourself from family. Suddenly, you start the business. Then every government office jumps in. Before you know it, they kill your business for you due to politics and geopolitical whatever. So don't excuse politics from when you are. That is politics that made me tell myself not to cite this thing. Even though everything was telling me, cite it in Abuja. Cite it in Abuja, capital of the nation. You have the land will appreciate with time. You make more money. Then they will tell you again, cite it in Lagos. Most musicians must go to Lagos before they make it big, right? Everybody is heading to Lagos. I told myself, the strength to be in Lagos, if there's a problem, maybe I will cite it somewhere. They will tell me, one day they will wake up and tell me it's now illegal land. I came to the East and managed myself and told myself, let it take me 20 years to get to where I'm going to, instead of go to Lagos and make it in 5 years. Because I make it in 5 years, in the 7th year, business is gone. In the same time I was investing in the East, my younger brother was investing in Lagos. My younger brother was born 1990, right? No, so 1994. He made more money. He made money on time. The guy built a 12 duplex estate in Ibejuleki. They allowed him to finish building it. He even did a JV to avoid story. Built it at the point of roofing. He had even sold some, collected money from people, so he can use it to complete the project and deliver and give to all. He wanted to do just build and sell, build and sell. He was running away from this Lagos issue. So he didn't want to build and own. He was doing build to sell. Do you know that when that building got to roofing stage, at the roofing stage, I will call his name here, the president's son, what's his name again? My head is full. Please, someone write his name, then so I can pick it up. How will I forget the name of the president's son? Seyi Tinubu, very good. Thank you, Helen Jackson. Seyi Tinubu moved in their bulldozers and bulldozed the whole 12 duplex down to the ground. Even the capital, the chairman of Lagos Planning Authority, whatever, my brother had links to the IG of police then. He went to Abuja, said what up. They pulled the chairman of capital development of Lagos to Abuja to answer the matter. He was defending Seyi that he gave the authorization. When they told him, how can you pull down a building without going to a court? Only court can give order to pull down a building. This guy pulled down a building in 2 weeks without even giving demolition notice, nothing. That's how my brother went from having over about 1.4 billion in terms of investment down to nothing. They even threatened to kill him. He had to run away with his family to US to save his life. And he's in court today. Now, instead of being in money, instead he's in court paying back those that he borrowed money from to set up the structure. That thing set my brother back by almost 8 years. While we were still in court and the police did everything, the boy's father became the president of Nigeria. Seyi Tinubu became one of the most powerful people. He cannot go to court. The police pipe you're handling the case withdrew. The barrister handling the case, everybody withdrew because presidential power has come in. So you see how my brother lost 1.4 billion just to Nigeria happening to him. Politics, nothing more. Now, that land that was bulldozed, normally you will say, okay, he built it on illegal property or he built it on waterway. The young man, Seyi, resold that land to a Yoruba woman who now bought. My brother even offered him to buy back the land from him. He shouldn't even bulldoze. A land my brother bought that time he bought it for 300 million. He was offering him to buy back the land at 600 million, double the price, but don't put down the structure. Because we're telling stories about one ballet said, one ballet didn't say, Oba Elegushi said, he didn't say, one story or the other, all this kind of. At the end, this young man resold that land to Yoruba woman for 200 million. So how do you explain? It's not tribal politics. That's it. But as you're speaking, somebody's 1.4 billion is gone. And the same man who should have been an Oga in Nigeria He's now in US. Now he has gone to US with his family, taking his board exam. He's a pharmacist. He's now working in this one of the pharmaceutical CVS chain there. But that guy was already an entrepreneur in Nigeria. Had a house in Roxbury Estate in Lekki. Had cars. Had security men. Life was going on well. Was into real estate. He had money. Now, just one single decision. And I told him that don't invest in properties in Lagos. If you want to do properties, come down to the east and do it. He said no, that the turnover in the east is too slow. That if he builds in Lagos, in 3 years, he will sell off, make ×2 the money. If in the east, it will take 10, 15 years. Okay, now he has thrown away 1.4 billion. Now, where is the money turning over? The woman who bought the property, they are in court. So that one bought it and ran to London. So police can't even arrest her or anything. So my brother, I'm being sincere with you. You know, I told you my class is not motivational class. I tell you the real truth, what it takes. So in your business, if you are Yoruba, please, in your own area, focus in. Don't take your business elsewhere for now. The way Nigeria is now, no. I will tell you the truth. Stay in your area. Look at where you are sure that if push comes to shove, your brothers can defend you. People can call people. Governor can, they say, okay, she's Yoruba, don't do this to her. They say, okay, it's our sister, they let you be. If you're Hausa, stay in the northern land. If you have a big investment, nothing stops you from doing what we call cross trading. That means cross trading. You can come and do business in the east and go. Do business in the west and go. But if you have something you want to invest, like keep on ground, please look at where you have your comparative advantage. Dangote is able to invest outside his area because Dangote is as in those ones are principalities, so they are heavy. Even Dangote, after building the refinery, they came for him. Dangote cried though. You know, when Dangote was on Arise TV doing interview, he invested 20 billion, yet Nigeria came for him. They nearly frustrated him. Dangote brought in Bill Gates from US to come and see the Nigerian president, because it was the president coming for him to beg and assist to find how to collaborate. It was an issue. They were fighting him to NNPC, fighting. So you can imagine when Dangote left media, he came out himself, started doing interview, started speaking, started shouting. He said, Nigeria, I beg, if people want to take the finally, at least buy it from me and take. I know do again. At some point, he almost gave up. He said his friends were laughing at him that he should have invested this in abroad. Why invest in Nigeria? At the end, foreign powers called and told those in charge of Nigeria and said, if your own son invested 20 billion in your country and he's having issues, how do you think foreign investors can bring in their money to Nigeria? That's what now made them soft pedal and give Dangote space to operate. But they didn't even give him a location for our crude oil. I think he requires, he does about 650,000 barrels per day. I think the allocation from Nigerian crude oil is less than 77,000 barrels. So Dangote even imports his own crude oil from US and other countries and refines to sell. That's the Nigerian factor. So if it can happen to Dangote, imagine you. So don't be fooled. Tell yourself the truth. Oh, before you go into a business, analyze all these facts. If it's your village that is where it's safe, go there and cite your whatever you are building. Okay? Until we have a society that everything is one, before you can begin to say you are citing everywhere you like. And take note, most Igbos, what they have outside Igbo land are trading, just buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell. Same thing, you open up trading routes everywhere. But when we want to invest heavily, please go home. Okay? Based on Nigeria. But you can still invest in Europe, invest in other countries, because those countries, their laws protect your business. Look at South Africa. They said that one is not xenophobia, that one is Afrophobia. They left the whites who own 97% of their land and started chasing their fellow blacks who are also suffering with them. And say Malawi, Zimbabwe, Nigeria is their problem. We are taking their jobs. So that's to show you that in business, you still need to look at all these aspects. So in your goal, this thing should reflect in your goal, because it is those goals that provide focus, and it is focus that creates momentum, and it is momentum that produces results. So when putting in your goals, check these environmental factors. All right? So what gets measured is only what gets improved on. If you never measure your progress, you will never know whether you are growing or you are going down. All right? Now let's go to the 4 levels of wealth goals. 4 levels of wealth goals. I told you about, you must have a balanced, wealth builder set of goals in these 4 important areas. I mentioned it: financial goals, business goals, personal growth goals, and which other one again? I mentioned the 4 goals in the 4 areas. Okay. Okay, as I'm going, I'll remember them. I already classified them in my head, but I don't know. I've mixed them up. I know financial goals, business goals, personal growth goals, and then it will come to my head as we go. Okay, so let's talk on the first one: financial goals. Now, under financial goals, please break it into 4. Okay, the first is your monthly income targets. That's what makes up your financial goal: monthly income targets. The next is your emergency savings targets. The emergency savings target is very important because it's what strengthens you, gives you what you call a buffer that you're able to make the right decisions. Because when you're under a lot of pressure, when you're needy, you tend to make certain mistakes in your decision-making process. You tend to also scare away your markets. When people see that you need their money to survive, they hold it back. When people see that whether they give you money, they don't give you money, they don't care, you're doing well, they now want to do business with you. Do you understand? So it is that emergency savings target that is your fallback if things goes wrong, where you can recapitalize yourself. Because in this country, we don't have what to call credit line or credit facilities. Only companies that manufacture products give credit line. The banks don't give loans. That's the challenge. It's not like abroad where you have credit card companies and they give you loans, they give you grants. It's not so here. Here, you have to refinance yourself. So once you're doing any business and money starts coming in, please set money aside for emergency. That emergency savings, even problems will come to you. You see, in Nigeria, somebody wake up one morning and just say you're his problem and come to fight you over nothing. So you must keep money for problem. Somebody will take you to court. Somebody will call police for you. Something it will be minding your business. Problem will come from nowhere. They start spending money in police or spending it in courts, in barristers. So you must keep those monies. It's called when we're growing up, women call it vex money. You go to see somebody, maybe out of annoyance that you don't want to come into his room. You say, okay, go back. If you're dependent on the person to give you transfer money to go back, you are finished. So you are going to visit somebody, you also put vex money in your pocket in case the person wants to go against your own rule. Then you bail yourself. That's how it is in business too as well. So you must keep vex money. All right. Then you must have your business revenue targets and you must have your investment target. Remember, your business is anything you do that brings money to you. An investment is anything your money does that brings money to you. So when you start a business, the goal is to make more money than you're putting into the business. Now, when that money starts coming, it's not for you to spend it. It's for you to reinvest it now into what will bring more money for you. So in your financial goals, these 4 things make up that financial goal: your monthly income target, your emergency savings fund, your business revenue target, and your investment target. In all this, take note, money is not the only goal. Okay? So you need to plan things. The goal is in the planning, because it is the planning that brings the money. If the money comes and there's no planning, the money goes away. That's why it's called a currency. Money flows. All right. Now we go to business goals. Second one, business goals. Now in these business goals, now remember, it's not about the money. It's about the units that bring in the money. And this is where the numbers come in. For example, number of new customers. Because the more the customers, the more the cash flow. All right. Next thing, those customers coming in must be handled. If you don't give them a good customer experience, you lose them. So next thing is your own team growth. Your team managing the customers. Is that team growing? So team growth, realize it. All right. Next one again, you look at again your business system, the business system you are building. You ask yourself which business systems to build that the team can manage, which in turn will increase number of customers coming in. So as your customer strength increases, your business system should also be expanding to accommodate. Then next thing is customer retention. Because it is that team you have grown, the system you have built that will now manage the new customers and customer strength that will now make them stay with you. All right? Customer retention is very important because in every business, you must know what you call your customer acquisition cost. What does it cost you to get one customer? You must know what it is. Then each customer you get into business have what we call an LTV, lifetime value. So if it costs you 1,000 to get a customer into your business, and the lifetime value of that customer is 10,000, let us say that business, that product you sell, the customer should be buying it at least once a month, or let's say 2 times once a month, for example. That means if that customer lasts with you for 12 months, you will make 12,000 off that customer. Now it costs you 1,000 to bring that customer into your business. Now the lifetime value of that customer is, let's say for example, is 12 months. It means you've made a profit of 11,000 for each 1,000 you spent in acquiring the customer. Now what happens if you lost that customer in the first month the person joined? He hasn't bought anything yet. It means you're now in negative. Do you understand? In some businesses, the cost of acquiring a customer might be 10,000 naira. Make sure you retain that customer long enough to make back that money and even more. The longer the customer stays after you've recovered your customer acquisition cost, is the more your profit. So you must make sure you reduce what we call the attrition rate or attrition ratio. That means in your business, it's not about people joining you. It's about retaining them so they don't leave you. That's why in our answer business, we do everything possible to make sure customers have good experience, athletes have good experience, stockists have good experience. I lose sleep when things are not working in the system well. I tell my staff that for each friction somebody experiences in interacting with your company or getting your product, it increases the attrition rate. That means the person leaving. Convenience is what keeps people with you. So, when listening to me and your affiliates, please, how do you make it easy for your customers to access you, access your product, and keep business going? If you're a stockist, how do you make it easy for people who have bought product from us to access you and collect their product? Yes, it's good to feel like a big man in your office, feel big, feel you are too pretty, you are important. But please, when it comes to business, don't be more important than your customers or your clients. And I say to people, how you do anything is how you do everything. Now, in any business you are doing, you mustn't do it yourself. You can build a system that delegates functions to those who will do it. What stops you from hiring a staff, hiring another staff, and let them handle that aspect you can't handle? The practice is make your customers feel good and they come back again. So these are the things you bring into your business goals. Many businesses failed not because they had the wrong product, but because they didn't manage their business goals right. So anybody who is your neighbor, who is managing his business goals better than you, will take all the customers. Okay? Next one is personal growth goals. Because if your business is growing and you as a person is not growing, you will kill that business. Else you sell that business to another person who is higher than you, who can take that business to the next level. That's why in business we have what to call business acquisition, business merger, partnership, and all that is towards the growth level. Okay? Now, to grow yourself now, personal development, you need to focus on number of books you've read, courses you've completed. You have to do what to call retraining, do courses from time to time to upgrade yourself, leadership skills you've developed. This particular platform, Women in Crypto platform, and answer platform. These are platforms that groom you to be leaders. And then public speaking practice. If you're not good in public speaking, you can't sell. And if you are a business owner, just know that your business, your number one business in that business is marketing. I hear people keep saying that they can't sell, that they hate marketing. If you hate marketing, please leave business. Go and do 9 to 5 anywhere. Go and enter civil service. And even enter civil service, don't allow yourself to be promoted to where you'll be a chief and director. Just remain at level 7, 8, 9, maximum 10. If you're in level 10 and they want to promote you to 11, tell them no, they should not promote you. Reject the promotion. Because once you go past level 9, in fact, at level 9, you're already a leader. You're not leading people. You're not the face of the organization. You're not marketing. You're selling your product. You're selling yourself. You're selling what you do. Do you understand? I think it's only level 7 and 8 that are, once you enter level 8, you're already at a point where you're selling yourself. You'll be making speeches. Your director can call you to go and represent him in a program. When you go there, you sell the vision of the organization you represent. So please, you must be good in public speaking. Very important. If you can, people buy from who they like and trust. How will people like and trust you if you can't share your vision, speak out your goals, be eloquent? Do you understand? All right. So the business grows only as far as the leader grows. That's why I say business takes two forms. Business takes the form of the person who founded the business, that person's vision. It takes the form of the goal the business is pursuing or the business is chasing. These are the two forms the business will take. So if you don't grow yourself, the business remains stagnant. The fourth one is community goals. Sorry, not community, contribution goals. Okay? Contribution. That's what I want to remember. Contribution goals. In contribution goals, you are looking at number of people you have mentored. You will tell yourself, who do you want to mentor? Today, I'm mentoring you all. It's part of my mentorship goals. It's a great disservice to the universe if you come to this world, gather all the knowledge you have, and don't share that knowledge and go to Mother Earth with it. It's a waste. You must mentor someone. Anybody you are 2 steps ahead of, you can be that person's mentor. All right? You must take community outreaches. It's not about take. Sometimes you give back. Right? When you give back, you tap into the compassionate basket of the universe. There's a law. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. So if you want to tap into God's mercy and grace, you should also be gracious to others. There are people you are bigger than. You should be gracious to them. You should contribute to them. Then God and the even universe will also contribute to you, to what you are doing. Okay? Make sure lives you have improved. That's the essence of the apprenticeship system. You must improve lives. Make sure families you have served, that solution you are bringing, how many homes have you fixed through it? How have you made the world a better place? So it's not about taking from the universe, taking from the world. Also prepare to give back. And that is why, look at all the rich men you know, all the wealthy men you know. When they've made all the money they've made, they end up giving to charity. Charity. Bill Gates has willed virtually almost a third of his wealth to charity. Jeff Bezos, even this Elon Musk now, he's the first man who has clocked $1 trillion in worth. He won't eat that money. He can't finish it. Before he leaves this world, he will will it to charity, to help humanity. So it's a circle. At one point, you have nothing. Next point, you are struggling. You are making something. Next point, you have abundance. Next one, you have excessive abundance. What happens again? You give back to humanity. You give back to the world. It's a cycle. Because you leave this world with nothing. Without it, just only the clothes they wear on you. That's all. Everything is left behind. So you set it up. I'll teach people how to structure businesses, as in what we call generational wealth. Some of you are so fixated on company ownership. The world has gone past that. There are structures in a company. There's what we call a trust fund. So we call family office. So we call holding companies, what we call holdco, instead of opcos. At this point now, you're still going to start what we call opcos. The time you begin to play in a level of holdco, whereby you own nothing, but you control all. That way you are both litigation, but you still pull on the strings. You become invincible in business. It's a gameplay. Don't worry, we'll get there. Where I'm taking you, I'm going to teach you guys where you become multinationals. Don't worry, we'll get there. Let me not take you too far. But I'm just telling you the stages. So business is step by step. Some of you are still at the level of an enterprise. Later on, you come to the level of LLCs or limited liability companies. Later on, you get to where you begin to go into group companies, group of companies. Then later on, you move up to where you begin to handle holdcos, holding companies. You have series of opcos under the holdco. Then you become untouchable. Okay? So these are structures in business. We'll come down. And then you're going to structure it again to avoid tax, not evade tax. Avoid tax. Evading tax is illegal, but avoiding tax is legal. Then talk of situating your companies in countries that are tax friendly, like Estonia, like the Caribbeans, like Costa Rica. I've done a couple of research. When the time comes, I'll show you how to structure these things. There's some countries you set up your country. If you want to operate a country, a business that should run over Africa, your best bet is Rwanda, because Rwanda enjoys tech passporting with 700 countries. So whatever is legal in Rwanda is legal in 700 African countries. You enjoy their CBN, you enjoy. So you register in one, you operate in 7. These are added advantages in business. So these are things that if you don't do the research to know all these things and draw out your goals, you and somebody will start the same business. The other person is going global, becoming a conglomerate, and you are still playing the local league. The person is not playing Champions League. Because you've not improved yourself in all these things. So personal growth is important. Even myself teaching you, I still read, I still train myself, I still go for training, I still upgrade myself, because the world is constantly evolving, sorry. All right? Now let me give you an example. For example, let's say an answer leader in Kaduna decides that by the end of the year, they want to have these following things. Number one, build a customer base of 150 repeat buyers. Remember, I told you, the more a buyer buys from you, the more the funds you make. It's easier to do business with somebody who has joined you than to get a new customer. Whoever has bought from you, we keep buying. Whoever has not bought from you, it takes a while. So don't joke with the customers who you have around you now. All right? So let's say, for example, an affiliate in Kaduna wants to build their business and focus on repeat purchase. And they told themselves they're going to build their business where they have at least 150 repeat buyers. What does that mean? When you have 150 repeat buyers, it means that at least in every month, even if just 10% of that 150 buys from you in every month, that's 15 sales in a month minimum. You now begin to move to where it becomes 20% or 30%. Do you understand? You can now begin to have what we call measured cash flow. As in steady cash flow you can count on. Do you know that cash flow is a collateral to collect money from bank, take loan from bank? You mustn't have a house to take loan. Banks give loan now based on your cash flow. You are entitled to 75% in loan of your cash flow. People don't know that. Some of these companies you see, why are they all moving to subscription-based business? Have you asked yourself, Elon Musk bought Twitter? What was interested in is that ticker sign, that ticker symbol, $4 ticker symbol. That if you want to do business on Twitter, do ad, go and verify yourself and get that ticker symbol and be paying $4 every month. Now, the number of users on Twitter, check out how many millions there are. If out of that number of millions, let us say Twitter users are just 10 million. They're more than that. I'm just saying, for example, let us say the rest are about 10 million users. And then that 10 million users, 10% of them, okay, let's say 20% of them do verification. That means 2 million people verify. Now that 2 million pay $4 every month to keep that ticker symbol. Then do 2 times 4. That's $8 million. So if Elon Musk has an ecosystem that ensures $8 million cash flow every month, do you see that now Elon Musk is now entitled to at least 5 million in loan from any bank at any given month, just based on that cash flow? You see why I said goals are important? Because it's goal that will tell you what you want to build. Do you want to build on float? Do you want to build on cash flow? Do you want to build on what? The goals will tell you what to do. Do you know most aeroplane, most airline business, they make more money from selling their loyalty points. When they can say someone is a frequent flyer. Each time you buy an air ticket for any airline, whether Ibom Air, Peace Air, they have to call their loyalty program, whereby you earn certain miles. Okay, which means if the mile get a particular amount, you can fly the plane without paying money. You use your miles as tickets, right? Do you know bank go to buy those miles? Bank have loyalty programs for their frequent flyers. They give you card. I had one for Diamond Bank that time. I had a platinum card. Now in that card, being on that particular program meant you must leave a minimum of 5 million in your bank account every month. So that means all of us who were in that Diamond Bank Platinum program at that time before it became Access Bank, right? They called it Diamond Bank exclusive customers. I was one of the exclusive customers then. Okay, so in leaving 5 million minimum in the account every month, we're entitled to that exclusive card. That exclusive card now gave us loyalty point that wherever I'm traveling anywhere in the world, if I enter any airport, I go to any of the lounges, I stay in the lounge, and I'm entitled to free food, free drink, including cinema tickets in certain countries and all that. That was the advantage. And then I'm entitled to chauffeur-driven services in certain hotels, in certain countries, in UK, Europe, and the rest of them. Okay? So Diamond Bank created a float of 5 million exclusive customer. So imagine if we were, let's say, 100,000 of us who were exclusive customers. Do 100,000 times 5 million, which we have to leave in our account to retain that card. So Diamond Bank had a float of consistent money they could loan out and do business with by giving us a card that contained loyalty points from airlines. Do you understand? Us, on the other hand, what we were enjoying, I never had to stand in line in any Diamond Bank I went to. Once I come and show the exclusive card from the gates, even if they have closed the bank for that day, they will open for me. I come in, and I don't stay in the banking hall. We have a lounge upstairs where they give us coffee and biscuits to be eating. Why the bank will go and do what we want them to do for us. So my check will be signed under a different environment, signed everything I want to do. So whoever is any bank officer in that place is my servant. They will go and do things for me. So you see how somebody can structure their business around floats. For us, it was convenience. For them, it was floats. Now, could my 5 million afford me those luxuries in those countries? Answer is yes. But in my mind, I'll tell myself, I'm enjoying those luxuries, and my 5 million is still my 5 million in the bank account, right? But for the bank, they had a float that was worth billions, and they were paying peanuts to the airlines for their loyalty services. I don't know how you look at it. So that means in business also, as a wealth builder, don't look at things as in, don't hold on to something. That means don't hold on to this thing, microphone. You hold on to it. No, at times let this microphone go and collect it somewhere else. Do you understand? So it mustn't be that means that's why you need to develop yourself, groom yourself, understand the business terrain, understand, so you can know where to give out to gain back somewhere else. Is a chain, is a cycle, is a system. I just showed you, I've just explained 3 or 4 systems to you now. All right? So I'm talking about Nigerian example. Somebody in Kaduna decides to build a customer base of 150 repeat buyers, and I'm telling you what that person can do with that 150 repeat buyers in just creating that float, that steady inflow of cash from that 150 buyers. That person can do a lot with it if you know what you are doing. You can even negotiate a credit line with the company. That means you come to me and say, sir, I have a team of 200 repeat buyers that buy approximately product of 3.2 million every month. I want us to discuss something. I want to have a credit line of 20 million in products to open up this market, that market, that market. My collateral is this 3.2 million float a month on this paper. Let's make it happen. I'm a businessman. I'm going to agree. Because a sure 3.2 million monthly is better than an unsure somebody who will come and buy product later and I don't know about. So we say, okay, I expand the credit line. Give you product, you open more markets. Now, you on your own don't have to tie down maybe that credit line of 50 million I opened for you, for example. You told me a cash flow of 3.2. I opened a credit line of 15 million. Now, you don't have to tie down 15 million. You now have product to go and open up another 2, 3, 4 areas that you can use to expand your cash flow. Now, if you use that 15 million credit line to open up 2 more areas, and you have another cash flow of 3.2 in those 2 areas, that means you have a total cash flow in the month of 9.6. If you come through with 9.6 cash flow, I can increase the credit line to 30 million. Most of these people who you see selling products in Nigeria from the import from China, they don't pay for those goods cash. They simply created a cash flow which they went to try to negotiate and open the credit line. The Chinese company is now giving them product worth 200 million, 500 million on credit. They come here, they sell the return, They leave Nigeria, open up more markets in Ghana, open markets in Zimbabwe, open market. Do you understand? So most of these businessmen who are doing millions, Zenko, this one, that one, you're hearing their name, big Kubana, this Kubana, different names, big names. Fine. Most of them are trading on credit lines due to cash flows they were able to show in float. So they don't need bank loan. Bank loan in Nigeria will kill your business. The interest rate is too high. It's 25% and above. If you now factor in inflation, which is at 32%, factor in currency devaluation, you see it's better to keep your money in goods than keep it in cash. Are you understanding? Don't worry. I'm going to have a special session for those of you who are business inclined. Much later, when I'm done with my leadership training, some of you have to look into your business and show you other advantage you can do if you structure your business in a different way. Okay? So we look at again, train 5 emerging leaders. Don't be alone. I'm training you people now to become leaders in your business. Train more leaders. All right? Now, make sure you read leadership books. Give them books to read. Share it with them, because the more ego leaders you have in your business, the faster your business will rise, the more sustainable the business becomes. Okay? Then save a percentage of every commission towards expanding your business. As your business make money, please don't take it elsewhere. Reinvest in that business. Some of your business will make money. Answer will give you money. You make money. Instead of reinvesting in ads, reinvesting in packaging yourself, reinvesting in social, in bringing more eyes to social media platform. You take it and push it elsewhere. Then come back to square one. All right. So every month, review your progress and make adjustments. Okay. Not just you hoping to grow. Plan it out. Plan that growth. All right. Big goals are built through small wins. Many people become overwhelmed because they focus only on the final destination. As a builder, focus on the step. The joy of becoming. Just imagine climbing a step. You enter a hotel. They say it's about 1,000 steps to the 4th floor. Don't worry about that 1,000 steps to the 4th floor. Just focus on one step at a time. 1 step, 2 steps. Keep raising your leg to the next step. Keep raising your leg. Long enough, you end up at that 1,000 steps. You end up on the 4th floor. Okay? So do not just jump to the 20th step, right? Take it one step at a time. Notice footballers when they come to World Cup or any championship, whatever. After every game, when they are interviewing the players, let us say it's World Cup, they are still in group stage. If you interview a player, man of the match, you're asking him, so how do you see winning the World Cup? They will tell you, we will take the game a game at a time. Notice that if you're a footballer, you've heard that line. We are focusing on the next game. They're not focusing on the World Cup. World Cup is too far. The final is too far. No, just the next game. They win the next game. They focus on the next game. Just next game, next game, next game, next game, then the finals. Even in that finals, they're focusing on the next game. They win that game, they become the champions. Do you understand? So that's how it should be for you. No matter how big that business is you want to build, no matter how many options you have there, don't focus on how big the business is. Just focus, do the goals, do the planning, draw the goals, then focus on the next step. That's all you need. All right? Just one step. And the same applies to anything you want to do, whether it's in wealth creation, whether instead of saying, I want to become a millionaire, break it into practical milestones. For example, I want to improve my sales conversation, because the more people you talk with, you increase the probability of one of them buying from you. It's easier to talk to 10 people and 2 people buy from you than talk to 2 people and the 2 buy from you. No. Some will say no. So increase your sales conversation, increase your customer follow-up activities, strengthen your product knowledge. So when they ask you questions, you're answering immediately. Develop leadership skills so you encourage those around you in your team. Improve your customer service so people get things on time. Every small victory builds your confidence. That's the truth. Fortune favors the bold. So you must learn to replace your wish list with action plans. I wish, I wish, I wish. Stop wishing. Move into action. I will do, I will do, I will do, not I wish. Okay? A goal without an action plan is only an idea. All right? Now, every goal should answer 3 basic questions. The first one is what? Write this down. When people say they are putting down goals, some of you, even in the Bible, they say, if you ask God for something and you ask amiss, the prayer won't be answered. Right? So that means certain prayers are you asking amiss. It's like a child is born and the child is telling God, I want to fly. That's asking amiss, because you must first crawl before you stand, before you walk, before you run. The one you now have gotten to a stage when you are old enough to afford money for a plane, you can now fly inside a plane, because you cannot fly on your own. We don't have wings. So you can fly inside a plane, not fly on your own. So it is in business too. So you are writing the goals. Make sure you're not writing your goals amiss. Your goal must answer the first question, what? Which is, what do you want to achieve? That goal must answer the question. Second question your goals must answer is why. Why is that goal important to you? Because it's only your why that can keep you going when all the odds are against you. When there's no sale happening, when there's disappointment everywhere, everybody is saying no, things are going negative, only your why will keep you steadfast and consistent. So you must answer why. Next thing you must answer is how. How do you intend to achieve it? And it is in that how it tells you what actions will you take every day, what actions will you take every week, what action will you take every month, what action will you take every year that gets you one step closer to your destination. Okay? I've told you everything. For example, let us say your goal is to build a stronger customer network. You've heard that saying, your network is your net worth, right? So you want to build a strong customer network. Now, let me tell you what the goal should look like. You will tell yourself, weekly actions. That's your goal now. Call 10 existing customers every week or every day. You must write out how you want to go about it. Second, ask each. Remember, this goal will answer what, why, and how. Okay? So call 10 existing customers you already have, or 20 as the case may be. Ask each satisfied customer for one referral. Remember, you want to build a network. You ask them for testimony, then ask them for referral. Okay, then share one educational health tip every weekday with them, so you become a person of value. They look forward to coming to see what you are saying, hear what you are saying, see what you posted, see what you typed, see which video you did, because you are sharing value. All right. Then follow up with every new inquiry within 24 hours. Some of you, they send you a message, respond after 3 days. All right. So the goal becomes achievable when they are connected to behaviors. Now, I've given you 4 steps or 4 goals I would take if my goal, four milestones I will engage in if my goal was to build a strong customer network. So you see how a goal leads to milestones that are achievable. Now, if I do these 4 things every week consistently for 6 months, you will see that my existing customer base will increase and improve accordingly. All right. So focus on lead measures. Lead measures. Remember, there are 2 kinds of results when you draw your goals. Now, there are 2 kinds of results. There's what we call the lag results. All right. Now, these are outcomes, right? All right. But you don't see their impact immediately. It takes a while before you see it. So when you are doing those things you are doing and you're not seeing the result, you feel like you're not doing anything. For example, you can run Facebook ads today, run next week, nobody bought. It's not a waste. You collected some leads. You farm those leads, cultivate those leads. It will still lead to sales later down the line. But there's a lag period between when they saw the product and when they make up their time to buy, they make up their mind to buy it, and when they have the money to buy it. That's a lag period. All right. So now, in that lag period, your income end might not reflect immediately the work was done. Your team size growth might not reflect immediately the work was done. The sales completed might not reflect immediately the work was done because there's a lag period. But will it still reflect in these 3 areas? Yes, it will. It's just time. So when you set certain goals, ask yourself, does that goal lead to a lag result? If it does, then set your expectation right. Recalibrate your expectation. You don't set a goal that has a lag result. Then you don't see result. You say this thing doesn't work. Hey, what mentor taught me is a lie. Hey, it's not working. You begin to no. Then there are lead actions, right, that involve daily activities that influence results immediately as well. Or we influence future results. Example, number of presentations made in a day or in a week, number of follow-ups completed, number of educational posts shared, number of leadership conversations done. Now, builders observe lead action because the result will eventually follow. Do you get? If you do a presentation right there and then, from the questions people ask, you can tell if your presentation made impact. If you did a presentation for 1 hour, nobody asked question, nobody understood anything, it means your presentation, your presenting, either the slide has a problem, or your presenting skill has a problem, or you are talking to the wrong audience. So the feedback will tell you if you're on the right track or not. It's immediate. Those actions, those ones don't have lag results. You can tell immediately in the way you're doing it, if you are getting it right or wrong. Number of follow-ups completed. During the follow-up, you call the person. Hey, this product, how are you feeling? Have you taken the product? Is it good for you? When they're doing it, they give you immediate feedback. Okay, I can't buy, or your price is too high. Can you give me so immediately the price is too high? No, you begin to counter the objections. Tell them the value they will get. So, okay, I'm giving you discount or this or that. So you're following up, you know the immediate results. Number of educational posts shared. You know the immediate result based on engagement. You post educational post, nobody engages. Nobody types anything under it. You say, okay, you change your next post. Post again. When you now post the one that when you post, people come and chat in the comment section. You now know, okay, you're on the right path. You post more of it. Do you understand? So there are some actions you take that the results can be known immediate in your goals, and some that require a lag period. So take notes. When you write your goals, know how to classify them. All right. So instead of worrying about your daily commissions in answer, for example, hey, I'm not making this money. Or hey, when will I make 1 million? When will I make 300,000? When will I make 200,000? Hey, at this rate, it take me 10 years to make. Don't worry about the commissions. You see, the commissions is a report card of the activities that happened in your ecosystem. If you don't like the commissions you earned, work on the ecosystem, work on your customer strength, network strength, customer growth, customer retention, ease of buying from you. You know, work on that. As once you get that side dialed in, the commission will come. Have meaningful customer conversations, product educational sessions, do a lot of product educational sessions, you know, ask referral requests, follow-up calls, all these things. Then after several months, your commission will now begin to increase because the right actions have been taken repeatedly. Some of you focus on the wrong indices. The outcome will come. Focus on the process. All right? So learn to review, not to regret. Sometimes you do something. Many of you will keep regretting. I regret my decision. I regret my decision. I regret nothing. Anything I do, I didn't get the right outcome. I have just learned how not to get that outcome I desire. Elon Musk, you see today now, what 1 trillion? Over 1.2 trillion at last check. Are you aware that man during SpaceX, he blew away 5 spacecraft? That means he launched the first spacecraft, it exploded. It didn't even take off. After 1 year, he spent millions of dollars. He launched the second one, that one failed. He still came back. He launched the third one. It took Elon Musk 6 years to launch the first successful, and he was already broke down to, in fact, that last one he launched, if he had failed that one too, SpaceX would have been no more. He kept launching. He kept launching. He was consistent. The money was blowing. Today, he's worth trillions of dollars. Is it the electric car, Tesla? Do you know how many times he failed, both in battery, both in charging? Today, Tesla is #1 in the world, electric cars. Is it Twitter? When he bought Twitter, he overpriced Twitter. He bought Twitter at a price higher than what it was worth. By the time he was not overhauling Twitter, he bought Twitter at $44 billion. As of today, Twitter is worth $33 or $34 billion now. Is now he increased the worth. And he stayed there. Is it the humanoid board he's doing? Humanoid bots he's doing. He's even teaching his Tesla cars how to drive themselves, self-driving cars. So the guy does a lot of impossible things. That means those things he's doing are things nobody has done before. So the chances of failure are very high. But each time he fails, he's not regretting. He learns, he reiterates, he comes back again, he keeps going and going and going until he finds a solution. Immediately SpaceX succeeded, he started launching satellites in space. Today we're using space, what they call it, Starlink. Now he wants to now send satellite communication to every phone. Do you understand? So stop regretting. Whoever you are today is a combination of your decisions you took over the years till now. All right? Love yourself, like yourself. But don't be comfortable where you are. Plan out yourself to go to the next level in your life. But don't regret your past, because every experience in your past has added up to who you are today. It has made you more knowledgeable. It has made you wiser. At least you will not make those mistakes again. Your children would not make those mistakes again because you will teach them how not to make the mistakes. See it that way. So love yourself. Don't feel bad. Whoever you married, not a problem. Love your husband, love your wife. Life brought you two people together. Now begin to make the best of the situation. Don't say my husband doesn't have money. He doesn't have this. He's lazy. He's not, or my wife is lazy. My wife is that. No, don't play the blame game. Don't leave that one. Move towards improving yourselves. Tell your wife, darling, please, can you start a master's program? I will support you. When she enters master's, she needs a set of classmates. She begins to meet a better crowd. That same wife you think is not doing well, in the midst of a set of higher brains, purposeful people, a new set of friends, she will change. Suddenly you see your wife, being purposeful, doing things. You are saying, even you too, change your circle. Join a new, if where you are is not okay, join a new circle of friends, join a new circle of people. You start doing things. So leave the blame game, leave the regret game, forget it. Every 5 years, you can change who you are. As you're listening to me now, if you want to be a pilot, you want to fly a plane, believe you me, enter a flying school today. If you have the money, a flying school today, 5 years from now, you'll be a pilot. And you'll be flying it. You welcome me into your aircraft. The truth. Okay? So many people only evaluate themselves when something is wrong. Builders review themselves regularly. Every Friday, ask yourself, what worked this week? What did not work? What did I learn? What will I improve next week? Reflection prevents you from repeating the mistakes. Then growth now comes from that honest evaluation. You keep being a better person. You keep going. So yourself this year, by next year, you'll be glad. 2 years from now, you'll be even happier. 3 years from now, you are there. You understand? That's how life is. Okay? So celebrate progress without becoming comfortable. Any little step you make successful, celebrate it. Celebrate yourself. All right? Celebrate milestones, but don't settle there. Take yourself out. Buy yourself what you love, just to keep you motivated and going. All right? Now, each achievement should become the foundation for the next level, because law of progress does not celebrate success or failure. It always asks, what next? That's the law of progress. What next? All right? So success should produce gratitude, not complacency. All right? Now, let me give you practical action steps you must take. For all this I've been telling you now, let's go to the practical aspect of it. All right? Step 1, create a wealth builder scorecard. It mustn't be anything fancy, for anything is good for you. Any paper, even something as small as this, can be just a scorecard for you. Right? Now, you can even get a notebook, any notebook you have, okay? Any notebook, you can just get a notebook. Divide one notebook page into 4 sections. Just open it, divide it into 4 sections, right? Now, first section is your financial goals. Second section will be your business goals. Third section will be your personal development goals. And your fourth section will be your contribution goals. Some of you, when I say contribution, you say you don't have enough to contribute. See what contribution does for you. It gives you a sense of abundance. Because if you don't give, you will always feel you are in lack. Believe you me, no matter where you are in life, how down you think you like, there's someone lower than you. You live in face me and face you, right? Somebody is living under the bridge. You live under the bridge, right? Some people are living inside the bush. You live in the bush, right? Go to Niger Delta. Some people are living on water. On water. That means they come out in the day. Water is around them. Just stick. Raft. Those Nigerians are not what I'm talking about. Living on water. That means those living on water. That means they cannot even drive a car tomorrow. There's no place to park their car. You know, you are living in a bush. A time will come when you can clear that bush. You will still see space to build a house and park a car, right? Person living on water does not have space to park a car. So they won't drive a car in their life until they move to where they can live on land. They only drive canoe. Are you understanding now? So divide into financial, business, personal development, and contribution. Now, write one measurable goal for each section and review that goal every Monday. I've taught you how to write those goals. Okay? You must address what. You must answer these 3 questions. What, why, and how. Remember. All right? Now, step 2, choose 3 most important actions. Every evening, decide the 3 activities that will have the greatest impact in your tomorrow. You must, if you don't plan your day before you go out, you will go out executing the day others have planned. As we speak today, when I'm done today now, I sit down, analyze my day today. I tell myself, either I do it this night, I do it first thing tomorrow morning. As around 2 to 3 a.m., I sit down and say what I want to do for tomorrow. That way, I become proactive throughout the day instead of being reactive. Proactive means I've set out what I need to do. I've put myself in the position I'm going to do those things, the time I will do them, and then I'm doing it. Reactive means I'm doing them. I get a phone call. Someone calls me. Hey, somebody fell from the rooftop. Something happened somewhere. Start coming, start coming. I'll tell you, okay, who and who are there? Let them manage it. I will come on Friday. I got a call today about something that happened. All right. We lost someone. And they're asking me, as the vice president of the church, I'm supposed to make a move and all that. I told them, I will come on Thursday. Then we'll have a meeting on Friday. I will settle all this. So I'm now creating schedule in my time to free up my Friday for that meeting. Because it was when I woke up, when I planned my day yesterday, I didn't plan traveling to go and attend to that. That issue came up. So I simply asked who and who are around there. They told me. I delegated activities that make them hold on till I come in 3 days' time. Don't fool yourself thinking that without you things will not happen. It's not true. See, God forbid, you're a parent, you have children. If anything happens and God says, come to heaven today, your child will still survive. Your child will make more money than even you. Your child will even build a house bigger than the one you are training your child in today. In fact, children who lost their parents very early end up being very rich because they see life on time. They go through hard times and become strong and tough. Those whose parents stayed longer end up useless. Let me not use the word useless. They pick late because the father shields them from a lot of things. So they don't see life on time. Things are done for them. So they're not strong. Do you understand? So never assume that without you something will not happen. It's not true. That wedding, if you don't go, it will still hold. Everything will have nothing. They won't even miss you. So some things you end up going to go and do. Put money in envelope. If you will travel for a wedding, cost you for 60,000, cost you time, cost package 40,000 envelope sent to the celebrant. Tell them, please, you are supporting them. Please, they should do this and come in that you are busy. You come in so and so time. They will even thank you. They will thank you for not coming. In Nigeria of today. So certain functions, check, analyze it. If I go, because if you go to that wedding, you will block space. You will eat food. You will eat their food, eat their drink, deplete their resources. Then because you spend 60,000 coming to the wedding, fueling your car, then you now go and spray them 10,000 naira. And you have eaten food of a plate, 20,000, taking drink of 300,000 on their head. Then instead, package 50,000 or 4 and give to them. Then use that time and go and do something meaningful to make more money. They will thank you forever. They will be loyal to you. So some movements are not what you're moving. Like I said, the day you begin to value your time, a lot will change in your life. Time is only resource that once you spend, you can't get it back again. You can lose money and make it back. You can do anything. You can lose your job, get it back. Everything in life can be replaced. Only time can never be replaced. So be afraid of that venture that wastes your time. Be wary of those friends that while away your time. Be wary of those activities that while away your time. It is in that time you are becoming poor day by day. Okay? So choose the 3 most important actions you do tomorrow and keep to them. No matter what is happening, keep to them. Anything that comes tomorrow, push it to next tomorrow, push it to next week, push it to when you can now appropriately allocate time to go and get that thing done. In fact, the truth is that most things you rush out to do impromptu as emergency, you don't even do them well because you're already prepared for them. Okay? So use that one rule to improve yourself. Okay? Every week, improve one part of your business. Learn how to new closing skills or closing techniques, improve your customer follow-up message, create better products, or better photos, or better, like they taught you AI, create better images, better graphics, practice explaining answer product more clearly to people, practice explaining whatever it is you are doing, your own business, whether you're doing small business, chin business, any business. Let me tell you, I've seen people build 6 flats, 3 decking, saying, oh, that business you're taking for granted, people have built properties with it. It's just how you handle your own, how you package your own, how you maintain your clients, how you retain your clients. All these things count. All right? Then, if you have challenges doing this, then look for an accountability partner. So you can have what we call accountability meetings. All right? So partner with any other answer leader, partner with anybody answer, let them be your accountability partner. You can meet once a week. You can meet online on Zoom, talk. Each person answers these 3 questions. What goal did I achieve this week? Write it down. Discuss it with your accountability partner. They will tell you, you could do better. They push you to more excellence. Next thing, what challenges did I face this week? Share with your partner. They will give you their own opinion. They will share their own with you. All right? Then what action based on the goal you achieved, the challenges you face, you now decide what action will you take next week, and then redraw the goal for that next week. All right? Now, honest accountability accelerates growth. So that new goal for next week, you write your partner's own, they write your own. After next week, you meet again and assess. Did people get the goal right? Okay? That's how to go about it. Now, the next step is you track your consistency. You can use a simple calendar to track your consistency. Many people are consistently inconsistent in whatever they do. That's the biggest challenge. You see, consistency. It is in consistency that success lies in every business I know in this world. But that consistency is the most difficult thing to adhere to. Don't know why. Because humans are naturally easily distracted. We are always quick to chase the next shiny object. We don't stay long enough to make something work, and we write it off, doesn't work. Okay? So, consistency, no matter how boring what you are doing is, keep doing it in that boredom, in that consistency. Those who are with you in that field, some will be falling off. You know, only you who remain consistent long enough will remain in that field and become the baba in that field. That's when the whole money comes to you. In fact, see it this way. Any business you are in and there are many competitors, just tell yourself you will outlast them in consistency in that business. You know, Nigerians are fun, not in Nigeria, anywhere in the world. Pure water business is making money. Everybody will jump into pure water business. Suddenly in your street, you started your own pure water. Before you know it, 5 more people have started in that same street. They're like, hey, this little business I raised money from bank to go and start. They are now 5. Don't worry. Remain, 5 of you are in there. Remain consistent. After 2 years, 1 will close. 3rd year, another 1 will close. 5th year, 1 more will close. 8th year, the 3rd one will close. 4th one will close. Then on the 9th year, when the whole 4 have closed and you are still remaining, the money will now come to you in bulk. So those who last longer are the ones that pack the money. That's how it is everywhere. God made it like that. All right? So now place a tick. Each day you complete an action, tick it. Your aim is not for perfection. Your aim is just to avoid breaking that chain of consistency. Just keep going. You'll get there. All right? So let me give you an assignment. The goal is just, I want to call it an execution challenge. Okay? So just complete this task before our next meeting. All right? Like I said, I told you before, just write 4 goals. Okay? 1 for each of these 4 segments. Your financial goal, your business goal, your personal growth goal, and then your contribution goal. Contribution to others. What to do for others. All right? Those laws, I'm obeying it today. we're already running an answer promo event celebrating my wife's birthday. Like I told you, each step you take, celebrate. She's doing her master's. She just finished her first semester. I know what it took her to agree to do this master's. All right? Because of the stage she was in, creating the AI course, reinventing the community, and all the restructuring everything. So it was difficult. But I told her, don't miss the next academic session. That was last year, and she joined. Okay? Now, it was stressful for her, everything. I said, keep doing it. So when she finished her first semester class work and everything, I said, and it fell into her bad day, I said, let's celebrate your success in your first semester. And I said, okay, mention anything you want. I'll give it to you. I thought she would ask for a few watch or something, or necklace or jewelry. She said instead, I should reward her affiliates. I said, okay, no problem. So I'm the one that designed this whole product, this whole discount package and everything. And I added giveaway because I want to contribute to others. I want to give out. So I'm obeying this contribution law now by saying each package you register, standard pack, 1 package giveaway, elite pack, 2 packs giveaway, premium pack, 3 packs giveaway, ambassador pack, 4 packs giveaway. And then if you register somebody on the presidential pack, you have a giveaway present of 5 packs of something. I know you still got commission. The regular 20% commission is still there, I know, but I gave you more. Do you understand? So that's the sense of abundance. Everybody take, enjoy, make more money, arrange yourself, you know. That's my giveaway. After a while, I lock up, I come back to regular business and continue the business goals. So when you see people doing giveaway online, you would say, they want to increase their followership, they want to increase. No, they are obeying that law of contribution to others. It's a law. It's a law of the universe. At some point, you have to obey it. When I'm done doing this thing now, God will open up more doors for more sales to come in. Do you understand? All right? So for each goal, include, like I said, why it matters, the what, the why, and the how. All right? That's tax 1. Then tax 2, design a weekly success planner. Design it. Plan your next 7 days. In that 7 days, you must schedule your time for learning. Thank God now we do Monday, 8 p.m. learning sessions. These sessions, don't miss it. Keep coming. It's learning. That's part of it. Design time for prospecting. If an affiliate, every day you should be talking to somebody, whether online or offline. Talk to somebody. Share the product. Share the knowledge. Share the benefits. You don't know who has the problem, who you'll be a blessing to. Keep talking. Right? Then get the contact, then follow up on the customers. All right? Team development. Even the program I went to, I told you I went to in Abuja, right? This is the list. I call this is my follow-up list. I call these numbers today. That is the answer with visitors that came for the ACP National Convention. I have this list like 4 people who visited our booth. Today I called them. You can see where I ticked those I called. Can you see the tick, asterisk, tick? All right? So I'm following up. Anytime I'm asking you to do, I'm doing it. The beautiful thing is that each day I come to teach you people, it's not like I plan what I'm going to keep today. It just happens. They're just up with me here. Anyone I just say, I remember I'm doing it, I raise it, I show you people. So I just showed you a list, which I called today. So I've also followed up on customers. All right? Then team development. I do it. Those who work, who I didn't do, you know that from time to time they come to our office and we do trainings, we do follow-ups, we train them and all that. Then have family time. Very important. Family is key. Don't just want to leave your family. I had my family time yesterday being Sunday. When it's family time, the children come together, you see, some of you, is your house helped training your children? Please make out time for your children. They need to be with you, see you, feel your energy, hear the way you talk, learn from you. Children learn more from observing than from what you tell them to do. Let them observe you. Very important. It lessens your job. In fact, I told my wife, I said that any of my child that gets up to, I train my children from when they are born to when they become 9 years. If from infant to 9 years, anything like I didn't put into that child, I can't put it in again. Some of you think train children starts from 16 years. They're already set by them. In fact, anything you must train your child between when your child was born till 13 years. Anything you don't inculcate into your child when child is 13 years, you've lost the child. It becomes a difficult thing to put in that child again. Because from 13 years, their ways are set. They're now open to peer pressure from their secondary schools, from their classmates in school and all that, from their university. They don't spend time with you again. As from secondary school, your child leaves you. So that family culture, put it in them at that critical moment. Very important. All right? So don't give away family time. And that family time gives you a sense of purpose. Remember, in all these things we're doing, let me tell you, all of us listening to me, do you know that 99% of your earnings goes to your family, not even to you? Don't even take up to 1% of your earning. Check it now. Check how much you make. Check how much came to you. You're either paying house rent, paying school fees, buying one clothes, buying something. Check how difficult it takes for you to bring out money for yourself. In the money you've made, though, you make 1 million. Out of that 1 million, 990,000 goes to other things outside that food, drink, not your own personal thing. So you find out that you are working for the family, not even for yourself. Anybody that they say you should finish money you made for yourself, will all be enjoying, no? No, but we make that sacrifice for the family. So those people you are spending that money on, you also need to spend time on them. All right? They're the ones. Again, make our time to rest. We don't rest. Nigerians don't rest. We don't go on holiday. We work and work and work. Some of us, it's only when the person died, they say rest in peace. Most people, it's only when they are dead that they rest too. Some people, all their life, they never rested. It's when they die, they say rest in peace. That's their first rest in their life. I don't mean sleep. Sleep is different from resting. Choose a time. I do it at times. I just wake up on a weekend, drive to a park. That means anywhere that has green area, like a greenery, not motor park. That means park. You know, there are parks, recreational centers. Just go there, sit down, and observe nature. Just be one with nature. That's resting. You can decide to meditate. Some do yoga, meditate. Some do sports. Some do just find out where you're able to bring your mind and soul together and calm down and just collect yourself and rejuvenate yourself at the mind level. Okay? Very important. It rejuvenates you. It energizes you more. It brings out that creative essence in you. Right? So, do all these things. Write them down. The days you have to do them is going to help improve you. Okay? Now, the next task is, remember, choose one business process to improve this week. For example, you can try to improve your product explanation knowledge. We have lots of videos on YouTube, which I have done. Go and watch those videos one after the other. Know about the product you are selling so that naturally it becomes part of you. Learn customer onboarding. All your downlines. Don't just send an affiliate, abandon the affiliate. Share the video on the onboarding. Know if they have challenges. Some of you, your downlines want to buy product. They don't know how to buy. So they've not bought. That's why you've not earned any passive income. Okay? Then record keeping. Be writing down. Follow-up system. Put them in place. So you can grow your answer business or whatever business you are doing. So you can grow it. All right? In fact, another task, find one successful Nigerian entrepreneur or business owner and study how they achieved long-term success. All right? Ask them questions. What is the secret of your success? Then write 3 lessons that can improve your own leadership journey. I told you, each time I meet anybody who has more money than me, I don't waste time to go up to them and ask them questions. I told you, I do it myself. I'll just come and ask you, excuse me, I explain myself. I'm doctor, I'm pharmacist, I do this. Please, I know you. You are this, you are that. I love this your product. I had this interview. Just That's something that makes them know you know them. I saw you on time. You did an interview with Arise T where you talked about, so they know. Immediately you go that way, they know you're not coming to pay them for money. They know a serious person of thought. Please, how do you navigate this? I met them go to Lagos Business School. I asked him one question. I said, I will talk to him. Good afternoon, sir. Friends from Somto. I'm an ardent student of your track record in business. I noticed something, that whatever you don't have monopoly in, you leave the business. You only focus on the ones you have monopoly in. But I know that those businesses you enter, when you enter, there was no monopoly in it. But when you enter, you have a way of dominating the market and creating the monopoly section. How are you able to do it? Now, many people are attacking Dangote that he's not a good businessman. Anytime he comes in, he kills all opposition. He's the one alone there. He enters cement. He kills everybody there. He remains the alone in the business. He entered. No! There is a successful model he's using that each time he enters any field, he dominates and conquers that field. I asked him. He then told me one thing. He said, don't invest in any business you have not taken time to understand everything about it. Or a business you don't have interest in, because it is interest in that business that will make you burn the night candle to understand everything about the business. So when Dangote entered sugar, he went and learned everything about the sugar business. So he found out the loopholes, found out the market gap, filled the gap sufficiently, and then he dominated the business. So he told me, find any business you enter, know everything about it, understudy the gaps and the bottlenecks. Now, fulfill those gaps and bottlenecks more than your competition in that business, and then be honest about it. And given time, you dominate that business. That's what I'm using today. He told me that, and it made sense to me. So if anytime you interview Dangote on his cement, he will give you indices that make you know that he understands it so well. Now he's doing interview around his crude oil refining business. Notice how he does not pass microphone to anybody. He will explain it himself, that he has the single train so refinery in the world. He's the third largest, but he will become the second largest so time. He's talking about fertilizer. Each time he talks about fertilizer, he will tell you that he has the biggest urea producing plant in Africa today. So he will be the highest net exporter of fertilizer, with 11-point-something trillion in the next 4 years. You can see, it's his thing. He hired expatriates, but he himself has the product knowledge. You want to be like Dangote, but you don't know your numbers. In the answer business, you don't know your numbers. You don't even care to even know about the product. How many of you have studied the tea market? Someone walked up to me when I was at that ACPN conference. He told me, sir, excuse me. I said, yes. He said, you will not do well in this product. Do you know why? I said, why? He said, you mentioned that you made your product in tea form because you noticed that was my pitch. I said, life expectancy in Nigeria has dropped from 67 to 54. And most Asian countries that have long life expectancy have they have tea culture. They are big on teas, which is why I said, if we can revive tea culture in Nigeria and we take a lot of natural herbal teas, it will extend our quality of life and lifespan. Okay? Now, you don't tell me something, that Nigeria are not tea people, that you would have preferred if I made my product like a capsule form or something that can just pop into the mouth and be going. Nobody has time to boil hot water, put tea in it, and wait for 30 minutes before he drinks it. So that was him discouraging me that in this field I'm into, that it will not be successful. Now, because I had product knowledge, I told him, I said, excuse me. I said, there's a multinational called Lever Brothers. Today, they are called Unilever. I said, do you know when every other company has left Nigeria, multinational, because they couldn't cope, Unilever is still in Nigeria. I told him, do you know their greatest product that left them in Nigeria? He said, what? I said, Lipton tea. I said, those guys do more than $4 billion in Lipton tea in Nigeria. So I told him, whatever crowd that are drinking that tea that has kept Lipton Unilever in Nigeria, that same crowd are T people. If I have 5% of that crowd, I have all the billions I need in this world. And the guy smiled. He said, sir, you know your numbers. Immediately, he bought 2 tea packs from me. I told him, secondly, my tea is not beverages, my tea is therapeutic. Anybody who hears what my tea does, hears the price, and walks away, the person doesn't have the problem yet. Because if the person has the problem, and considers the risk-benefit ratio, they cannot walk out of my offer. The guy looked at me again. And I told him again, in Nigeria, we practice curative medicine. We need to move to preventive medicine. Because by the time you find out that problem, you have it, it's already worse. But if we can begin to maintain ourselves so we don't have it at all, it is better. Because each time the body takes a hit in terms of ailment, it degrades the quality of the body. The guy looks at me. And he picked just these 3 points. That guy immediately bought 2 packs from me in that place, 50,000, transferred to my account, made payments. Now he called me, wants to be a distributor too as well. He has used it and seen different, wants to be a distributor. Now, if the guy had told me that discouraging line, and I went back home because he said that in Nigeria, we're in a hot climate. So people want cold water, not tea. That in those Asian countries is a cold climate, so they drink a lot of teas to keep warm as a culture. And I told him that if you go to the north, mishai, those people that do bread and egg and pour mishai, and they're not in Nigeria, and they are pouring that and the people are drinking. So for everything he brought, I showed him the counter. Because I knew my numbers. I had done my research on tea. Before I chose tea, I even traveled to Kenya. I traveled to Ethiopia. I went to this country that do this tea. I looked at things. I put certain things in consideration before I went into it. So have you taken time to understand that business you are into, both locally, nationally, internationally, to know your numbers, to know your competitive advantage, to know your unique selling proposition? Do you know them? Because people will buy when they know you're knowledgeable. Nobody buys ignorance. People pay for knowledge. All right? So I'm taking time to make you understand this, that most of you are not doing well in the answer business because you've not taken time to understand the business, understand the product, understand the market, and be knowledgeable enough to be a leader in that field. And that's why your earnings are mega. As we speak now, we are doing this promo. Believe you me, it is those who were selling this product at 25,000 and making sales. I will tell you those who benefit from this thing. I don't want to call names, but I'm very, very sure. Those who will make serious money in this promo. Someone like Geraldine Ibitoye. I don't need to know. She was selling comfortably at 25. Now that is 16, she will sell even more. She will clean out. The lady in Ikogi, Idris Ramat. I can just call. Let me just stop in these two. That's to tell you. That's so that even in answer system, I know my numbers. I know those who are making sales. I know what they are doing. I can tell. I know. Off the bat, I can call names. I can give you 10 names already. Let me stop at 2. Once you start doing well in this business, I will know you by name. I know Helen Jackson by name. When Helen Jackson came on board, what Helen Jackson did in the first 3 weeks he came on board, I knew the name Helen Jackson. It's stuck in my head. I can tell you Helen Jackson will do, that's a name that will do something in this promo period. I know. I don't want to begin to call more names, but I'm just telling you, that's to show you that even in this business, as this MD CEO, I still know my numbers. I'm every day down to people. I can tell you how many people on presidential pack. I can tell you how many people on the ambassador pack and give the numbers. Today, when I was telling my wife, she was like, hey, you just tend to know everything. I'm like, no, I know a little of everything. She said, no, you know everything. I'm like, okay, because there's something she just tell me when she's telling me I'm still on call, off the pattern. No, it's not possible. No, it shouldn't be that way. This is what it is. And she's like, some things my wife will tell me, and I tell her, no, it's not that way. see what is the right thing. At times, you will go and ask ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will bring out the same answer. It happened yesterday too. But I don't want to share. I don't want to share it here. Okay. So it's a part of knowing my numbers. In all your seeking, seek knowledge. That's the only edge you have over anybody in the field. All right. So next task I want you to do is write a one-page reflection titled "The Goals That Will Change My Life." Write it. The goals that will change your life. Because I want you to write, I want you to choose life-changing goals, not just any goal at all. All right. Now, to be able to do that, you must answer these questions. I will tell you. First of all, which of the goals excites you most? Write it there. Which of the goals scares you most? If your goal do not scare you, it's too small for you. Okay? Your goals should be normal. It should not really scare you to death. That means it should be a goal that will prompt you, prod you, push you to do greater things, to bring out the best version of yourself. Do you understand? A goal that will make you develop muscles to jump higher. All right? Then you must also ask yourself, what habits must you build? Certain habits you have today are inhibiting you. The time you spend gossiping, spend it reading one financial book or the other. The time you spend talking about others, spend it improving yourself. The time you spend doubting your capabilities, spend it increasing your capabilities. The time you spend second-guessing yourself or second-guessing certain situations, spend it assuring yourself. The greatest weapon fashioned against you is yourself. Some of you spend hours, days, doing prayer in your church, fighting your enemy, casting and binding. Whereas the enemy is yourself. You are casting and if God should answer all the prayer you prayed against your enemy, die, die, die by fire, die, die, die. Maybe God would have killed you by now. Surprisingly, some of you are your greatest enemy. You are your greatest enemy. Nobody else. You. Okay? So you must decide what distractions would you eliminate. Okay? Who will I become if I remain consistent for the next 5 years? Ask yourself these questions. Who will I become if I remain consistent in this field in the next 5 years? You are too quick to change your vocation, change where you are. No. All right? So if I answer, please remain steadfast. Wherever you are, remain steadfast. Be consistent. It will only get better as the years go by. All right? So, like Teresa, I'm going to give you some declarations you need to keep making to yourself. It will help build your confidence, build who you are. All right? The number one is, I do not leave my future to chance. Write it down. I do not leave my future to chance. That means don't be a drifter. Don't say Ihechi with the water. In Igbo land, you say Ihechi with the water. So you ask somebody, Kedu came and that's how are you? He said it's fine. Kedu what's happening in your life? How will your tomorrow be? Ihechi with that means anything tomorrow brings, I take. No. Don't leave your tomorrow to bring whatever it takes for you. Take charge of what your tomorrow will be. Say what I will do tomorrow towards my goal. And that tomorrow will become the tomorrow you do for yourself. Okay? So I do not leave my future to chance. You take charge of your future. And your today, what you do today, become that your future. Then, secondly, I plan with wisdom. In planning your goals, in writing your goals, please apply wisdom. I've told you the wisdom you must apply, even politically, even tribally, even all those, check all those things, all those, there's nature, there's nurture. There are social impacts, there are environmental impacts, all these things affect your outcomes. So in your decision-making process, please build it in. I'm not saying be tribalistic. Don't be tribalistic in nature. Be a global citizen, right? Don't be tribalistic. In business, don't be Igbo, Hausa, or Yoruba. Don't be Efik. Don't be Fulani. Don't be anything. Don't be Ikwere. Don't be Ejo. Don't be anything. In business, be a global citizen because you're doing business with all of the world, right? But when making certain decisions, still take into cognizance that there are some people among your crowd that are tribalistic. Some people among your crowd are religious bigots. Some people among your crowd, some people will be who they are. Okay, so when you're making your decisions, still take those things into consideration to have a balanced view. So none of those factors will derail your business. Do you understand? For example, you can be in the north, doing business in the north. In certain areas, they say you must wear hijab before you enter there. Then you tell yourself, I will not wear hijab. You want to sell markets. You say, I cannot wear hijab to enter there. Well, if you go in there without the hijab, if they throw you stone and kill you there, you're on your own. So in such situation, you tell yourself, okay, I don't need this market. Let me go to the areas where I don't need hijab to sell. Or let me go to the school. I don't need hijab to go to school. So you go to a neutral school. But if you want to go to an Arabic school, by all means, you maintain the Arabic laws. Do you understand? So get it in your head that when you're doing business, look at the area you're doing the business, what and what prevails there, and then you conform accordingly. That's what I mean. Okay? So don't be tribalistic. Be global in view, but still take note of those peculiarities in certain business fronts. So it helps you package better. So you don't have challenges. All right? Now, the next thing you're going to declaration is, I execute with discipline. If you don't have discipline in what you do, I'm sorry, failure is inevitable. All right? Discipline simply means choosing specific actions to get a desired outcome. For every desired outcome, there are specific principles or rules you must follow. All right? That's why it's called, even in your school, they ask you, what is your discipline? That means, what's your faculty? What are you? Are you engineer? They ask, what's your discipline? And you say, I'm in engineering. Right? It means you are following the discipline in the faculty of engineering so you can end up an engineer. Do you understand? You are following the discipline in line with the medical college so you can end up a medical doctor. So also in business, that's why even Jesus had disciples. Those disciples followed Jesus' discipline in the gospel to arrive at where they ended up. So execute with discipline in anything you do. Any business you are, you're working in civil service, you're working in NCC, Nigerian Communications Commission. There are certain laws, there are certain rules. If you come to the gate, search your bag. They will search your bag. You come to this place, drop this. If you get to this point, you must use your key card to open it. If you get to this point, you must wear your tag. No, there are laws, there are rules. There are reasons why they put those things there. So for you to succeed there, follow that discipline and you'll be fine. Once you deviate from it, you become a dissident. Then you start answering query. All right? Instead of having promotions. Now, next declaration, I measure my progress honestly. You must be honest to yourself when measuring your progress. In fact, instead of adding more points to yourself, deduce more points so you can force yourself to excellence. If you assess yourself falsely, you won't know where you need to put in more effort to improve yourself. That's what Dangote told me. I must be honest in what I do, both to myself and to others, so that when I measure my progress, I'm on the right track to know what to do, what not to do. All right? Now, next one. Every goal I set brings me closer to my vision. That's the declaration. Every goal you set must bring you closer to your vision. That's why you must have your vision, and then from vision, deduce your goals, and then from your goals, be consistent with momentum, and then you achieve it. All right? So, next declaration. Every action I take creates momentum. Okay? it must create momentum, potentiate. Today, you got one client, the person signed up. Tomorrow, you got another client, the person signed up. The next day, you didn't get anybody. The third, fourth day, you got 2 clients, they signed up. Now, at the end of the week, you now have 4 affiliates signed up under you. Now, those 4 affiliates, you onboard them, teach them what to do. They start doing the same thing too. Now, when the 4 are also doing what you are doing, if you were earning for yourself, you are now earning benefit from 4 people. That's you building momentum. When it was you alone, each time you sign up somebody, you made only 20%. Now you have 4 people in the system. When they sign up people for themselves, as they're making their 20%, they're making 3.5% of them. So if you have 10 people, 10 of them sign up somebody, you now make 13.5% out of 3.5% of each of them. Then those 10 people, each time they buy back product, they repurchase. If you're on the presidential pack, you make 9% share out of what they paid. Are you understanding how this thing works? So for each 20,000 they pay, you make 2,000 from it. So if 10 of them purchase one product in that week, that means 2,000 times 10. Are you seeing now? That's 20,000, which is momentum. Whereas when it was you alone, to make 20,000, you need to register 1 person on standard pack. Or sell 2 packets. Sorry, sell 4 packets to make 4,000 from them to make 20. Now you now have a team whose activity you are benefiting from. So we call momentum. All right. Next one is I refuse to be distracted. Don't be distracted no matter what. There are a lot of distractions in life. Everything. Even for me to come to do this class, there were lots of distractions that prevented me from coming. But I had to start rushing to come and do it because I'm committed to it. You must note that for each up, there is a down. For each right, there is a left. For each black, there is a white. God made the universe in twos. For one eye, there are 2 eyes, but 1 sight. There are 2 nostrils, but 1 nose to breathe. There are 2 lips, but 1 mouth. There are 2 ears, but 1 hearing. Do you understand now? There are 2 hands. So just understand that for each one, each thing you want to do, there must be a distraction. That's how the universe is. So always deciding to maintain focus, not to be distracted. That's where your victory lies. Next one, I remain focused no matter what. Declarations for you. You must remain focused. Then I remain teachable and coachable. Some of you are hardly teachable and coachable. And you forget the world is dynamic. Things keep changing as you go. Before they said the world was flat. Today we know the world is round. Before now there was no AI. Today there's AI. As the world is evolving, you must keep changing. You must teachable, you must coachable. You must find out new ways things are done. Then the next one is I remain committed. Commitment is very important. Some of you are not committed. Some of you want to be rich. You want to be wealthy, but you are not committed to that goal to be worthy or rich. You will not do all it takes to be worthy or rich. And that's where your problem lies. Wealth comes from God. Only God gives the power to attain wealth. But you must show the universe that you are committed to it before the doors open to allow you into that chambers of wealth. All right? That's how God made the world. All right? So, next one, the last declaration, my goals are becoming my reality because I act them every day. Tell yourself, my goals are becoming my reality because you act them out every day. All right? So, this is already after 10. I'm rounding up now. We've done 2 hours already. So let me just wrap up with this. Now, you must understand that great buildings are not completed in a single day. Any great building you see, when you walk by anywhere, you admire the house, right? It wasn't done in one day. That's it. They rise because every big brick was laid intentionally. Why am I using a house, for example? Because all of us live in homes. You're listening to me from your house. You see in your room where you are now, that place called window, it was created intentionally. It wasn't by chance. A space was left there for window, and then a glass was put there. That place you call door was created intentionally as a door. It wasn't by chance. If your room is self-con, that means in suit, that is toilet and bathroom inside your room, it was created by intention. So also, everything you see in your life today, maybe you unintentionally created it without your knowing. Now, I want you to now intentionally recreate your life. And bet you me, in the next 1 to 5 years, you will see that new intention you brought into your life, you will see it manifest and become who you are. The same way, your wealth will be built in the same way, with intention. Step by step, goal by goal, you will get there. All right? Not through one lucky opportunity. Everybody who won money through luck, or go and Google the history of all American lottery winners. 99% of them ended up broke in the next within 5 years. Anything you get by luck cannot be sustained unless you had the capacity ab initio before you got that thing. These extra packs of giveaways are up and given to you. Mark my words, those who will convert that pack to cash are those who already had an existing market of customers. So they can quickly call the customer. You see, my company is running a promo. That thing you're buying from me at 25, I can give it to you now at 23. I have about 4 promo packs. Are you interested? The person will buy all 4 at once or all 5. I ask you if there's stable. Because you already had the market. So as you receive the 5, let us say you registered somebody in presidential, you made 186,000 in commission, which will be paid out on Friday. You also got giveaway 5 packs. Immediately, because you have an existing market, you call them and say, I have some giveaway packs. I want to reward some of you. I'm giving you discounts. Okay, buy 20 of 25 or 20, as case, depending on what you want to do. Immediately, some people that will buy it up from you, automatically you have made another, say, 100,000. But those of you who have no ready markets, when you get the extra pack, you will still be looking for who will buy it from you. You might end up not getting anybody. You end up using it yourself. Of course, it's not bad using it yourself. I'm just telling you, make me understand that even when you win a lottery, when something comes to you by dash, if you don't have a ready market, you will still be able to harness it, harness that resource. Some of you will still have to call your friends, your stockies, say, can you help me sell this? Because you can't sell it on you've not been selling it, so you can't even sell it. Do you understand? So keep increasing your capacity to do things. That way, you don't just depend on luck. For me, I don't even believe in luck. I know there's what we call luck. Because if there's no luck, the word luck will not exist. If there's nothing like being lucky, the word lucky will not exist. So there's luck, and there's an act of being lucky. But in my own self, I choose not to believe in being lucky. I tell myself, anything that happens to me is between my actions and what God has destined for me. So it's between me and God. So what I call luck is what God gave me without my stressing myself so much. But I check and see that for that thing to come to me, I had the capacity before it came to me. The person who won the lottery ticket, the person went and bought the ticket at least, close some numbers. There are some things you must do before that luck will happen. The person receiving the giveaway today in answer, the person at least took the step to become an affiliate, registered, paid, became an affiliate before the person is now qualified now to get this giveaway. Do you understand what I mean now? So even in that thing you call luck, there is a component of you that must come from you. In that room, you got lucky. At least you left your house and walked into that room. there's an aspect you must do. You just can't stay and it will fall from heaven and fall on your head. The person through which the Lord came to you, at least you met the person somewhere. You made an effort to say good morning. So in every lock, there's a counterpart input you must make before lock now comes to potentiate your outcome. Do you understand? So don't tell yourself, hey, that guy got lucky. There's something he did before the lock came. So keep making sure that preparedness is there. So that once what we call luck is opportunity meeting preparedness. So always be prepared. So that when the opportunity jams that preparedness, luck happens. And you're the lucky person and things happen for you. All right? So tell yourself that you don't get things through lucky opportunity, but you get them through your own action that God blesses. Let me explain the concept of blessing. Some of you don't know you are heavily blessed by God, just that you've not done your own part. Blessing simply means multiplication, what we call multiplication, a multiple factor. That means you plant a corn. Blessing is that corn grows up and yields 5 cobs of corn that have multiple corns in it. Which means if you must get the blessing ascribed to corn, you must first get a land, whether by lease and then plant a corn. Then God now blesses that land to yield more for you. So what God blesses is not you. What God blesses is the works of your hand. So when you lay down and ask God, bless me, and God blesses you with a multiple factor of 10, it means each thing you go out to do, God multiplies it by 10. That means if you don't do anything, that blessing factor is with you from God, but because 0 times 10 is 0. Do you understand? Now, your own blessing from God might be a factor of 10, whereas my own blessing from God might be a factor of 20, which means you plant 1 corn, it gives you 10. I plant 1 corn, it gives me 20. Now, if I have a blessing factor of 20 from God based on my family lineage and God's promise to my family, but I don't plant the corn, 0 times 20 is 0. So if you, with a multiple factor of 10, plants your corn, your 10 times 1 is 10. You become richer than me, wealthier than me. I am still blessed, but I have not put my own to use. You have put your own to use. That's the parable of the talents. Do you understand? So if you begin to understand these things, you can begin to see why you are where you are today. All of you are blessed. Just that you've not put certain things in place that will allow you harness that multiple factor that God has kept for you. All right? Now, don't focus on one extraordinary month. That's what you look out for. 1 month you do so well. The next month you are doing nothing. Instead, build the factor of stage by stage. Keep going day by day, keep building it and going. All right? So don't focus on one extraordinary mode. Instead, go through thousands of disciplined actions guided by clear goals. Then years from now, people will admire that success. But when you were going through those thousands of discipline and action through those goals, they weren't seeing it. When the result now shows years down the line, they say, you got lucky. It's like, let me give an example. Usain Bolt, the fastest athlete in the world. I don't know if he still is. Do you know how many days Usain Bolt trains in 3 years to now come to the Olympics in the 4th year and then sprint for 2 minutes and take the glory? Same thing football. Today, Spain is the world's best club, best country. They won the World Cup. Do you know how many days those players trained? You weren't seeing them train. Then in the 4th year, they came for World Cup. Then played out what they learned in the training, then won the World Cup. Now somebody is posting how many cars they dashed them, how many millions they gave them, how many endorsements they got, how many things all these companies sponsored gave them. But It's not, it took them years of discipline. Some of them started playing football when they were 19 years old, then got the World Cup when they were 28. Do you understand? Yes, there are still some. I think one of the youngest player was 19 years old. One of the youngest player in the Spanish team, 19. So the person got World Cup at 19 years. That's because the person was associated in a team that had star players who had worked together. But the person also joined in playing to make that World Cup happen. So it's not luck. It's also hard work. If the person did not play well in the junior team, the person will not find himself in the senior team at 19 years. They might have made senior team at 23, 24, or 26. Do you understand? So excellence is rewarded when you put in the day-by-day work of those goals, of those disciplines over years. Now, only you will remember the goals you wrote. All right? Only you remember the habits you developed, the plans you reviewed, the small actions you repeated until they became extraordinary results. Only you. So don't look at me. I don't know. You, only you and your accountability partner can do this. I have taught you. I have shared my knowledge. It's up to you to do it, and you see the result. All right? So do not be a mere dreamer. That's the essence. Take note. You must plan. You must act. You must review your actions. You must now improve on them, and then you repeat again. It's in repeating it that mastery comes. It's so called the 10,000 hour rule. That anything you do consistently for 10,000 hours, you become a master in it. Whether it's in golf, whether it's in lawn tennis, whatever it is you do, if you do it long enough for 10,000 hours, you become the best in that thing. All right? So take note. So because web builders do not just hope for a better future, they actually build it. That's why I call this a wealth building series. And that's why it's a series of lessons I'm going to teach you. If anybody tells you getting wealth is just one, it's not true. If you have all these trainings, have all this experience, you can build that wealth in ice cream business. You can build that wealth in upper business. You can build that wealth in Zoho business. You can build that wealth in anything, because wealth is simply a problem, a solution, and scale. Next thing is wealth. That's all. The system that scales. All right? So builders build the wealth, and then they build it one goal at a time, one action at a time, one day at a time. Don't think years, just think in days. All right? You want to buy a car, right? Don't worry. Tell yourself the goals to buy a car, but break down the vision into goals, break down the goals into daily targets. Keep doing the actions, and one day you see that car in your home. All right? So I think I'll stop at this point. Let's call it a day. Let's go and rest, and I will see you again this same time next Monday by 8 o'clock. I will continue our training lessons and series. Okay? Thank you so much for coming, and please go and do your assignments and put everything to use. Okay? All right. Let me see if there are any questions for me in the question in the message tab. If you have any questions, let me just go to the message tab quickly and see if there are questions for me there. Thank you, Messi Obonna. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you for all your compliments. Thank you so much. Helen Jackson. Oh, Helen Jackson is here. Okay, thank you, Helen Jackson. I can see you. Pious Scholar. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Family, they chop the money. It's true. Everything we do is for the family. Okay? All right. Thank you. Then there are no questions there for me. Okay? So thank you all. You guys can now go and have your rest. I will meet again this time Monday. But please, I beg you all, go and use this promo very, very well. And next these 30 days, give yourself a challenge. Do all you can to get all the benefits of this promo, okay? And improve your finances while doing that. It's going to sharpen your skill. It's going to hone your skill. And it's going to put you in a better position to maximize your inflow, your earnings, your customer base in the answer community, okay? And those who are doing the AI, who do the AI training, please go and practice your AI. Get better in it day after day. Use it to do pictures. Use it to do videos. Better yourself in it. share your skills, share it, share your skill set online. People will reach out to you, do things for them, make money. Any skill you have, keep practicing it, keep using it, keep honing the skills. They are all means of making inflow. All right. Those in the crypto space as well, women in crypto, keep in the trading room, ask questions. Those who are good at what they do, ask them questions. Keep honing your skills. You might make some losses. Keep going. Don't relent. Keep trying until you understand how to do it well and become a master trader. Okay? In everything you do in life, just don't give up. Be consistent and you'll get there. So from me to you all, is good night. Have a wonderful night rest. And let's see again Monday next week. Bye-bye, everyone.